In the year 2147, humanity's reach extended far beyond the cradle of Earth. The colony of Elysium Prime, nestled on the crimson plains of Proxima Centauri b, was a beacon of hope for a species that had outgrown its homeworld. Founded 2 decades earlier, it housed over 5,000 souls, scientists, engineers, families, who had braved the 4-light-year journey in cryogenic sleep. The planet's thin atmosphere and erratic magnetic field made it a harsh mistress, but with domed habitats and fusion-powered life support, they thrived. Or so they thought. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the colony's chief physicist, stared at the holographic display in the central command hub. The room was a hive of controlled chaos. Technicians barked orders into comms, screens flickered with data streams, and the low hum of emergency sirens pulsed like a dying heartbeat. Elena's dark hair was tied back in a hasty ponytail, her lab coat stained with the grime of sleepless nights. At 45, she had dedicated her life to quantum mechanics, but nothing in her textbooks prepared her for this. "The asteroid cluster is accelerating," announced Lieutenant Marcus Hale, the colony's security chief. His voice was steady, but his eyes betrayed the fear. A former Marine, Marcus had traded Earth's battlefields for the stars, only to find death lurking in the void. Impact in T-8 hours. Evacuation protocols are futile. Our shuttles can't outrun the debris field. The display showed it all, a swarm of rogue asteroids, dislodged from the Oort cloud analog by a gravitational anomaly, barreling toward Elysium Prime at relativistic speeds. The colony's defenses, laser arrays, and kinetic shields were designed for micrometeorites, not this apocalyptic barrage. Simulations projected total annihilation. The domes would shatter, atmosphere would vent, and the survivors would suffocate in the vacuum. Elena rubbed her temples, her mind racing. "We've got the quantum entanglement communicator linked back to Earth. They know our situation, but help is 4 years away at best. We're on our own." Among the team was Dr. Liam Chun, a young prodigy in temporal physics. At 28, Liam was Elena's protege, his boyish face hiding a genius that had revolutionized faster-than-light communication. He paced the room, muttering equations under his breath. Time dilation, Hawking radiation. If we could warp the local spacetime. The idea had been a theoretical whim during late-night discussions. Humanity had mastered wormholes for interstellar travel, but bending time itself? That was the stuff of forbidden experiments, outlawed after the Geneva Accords of 2102, which banned temporal manipulation due to paradox risks. But with hours left, ethics seemed quaint. Governor Arya Voss, the colony's elected leader, slammed her fist on the console. A veteran politician with silver-streaked hair and a no-nonsense demeanor, she had shepherded Elysium through dust storms and power failures. "We don't have time for pipe dreams. Focus on survival pods. Get as many as we can underground." But Elena couldn't let it go. "Arya, listen. Liam's work on chronal fields. If we amplify the quantum reactor, we might create a temporal bubble. Slow down time inside the colony relative to the outside universe. The asteroids would pass us by in what feels like minutes to them, but hours to us? No, reverse it. Accelerate external time." Liam stopped pacing, his eyes lighting up. "Exactly. A localized time dilation field. We've got the exotic matter from the wormhole drive reserves. If we repurpose the fusion core..." Marcus crossed his arms. "And if it backfires? We could age centuries in seconds or rip a hole in reality." The debate raged as the clock ticked. Outside, the colony's inhabitants gathered in the central plaza under the translucent dome. Children clutched parents' hands, engineers double-checked seals, and medics distributed sedatives. The red sun of Proxima Centauri cast an ominous glow, turning the landscape into a blood-soaked canvas. Elena made the call. "We try it. It's our only shot." The team mobilized. In the bowels of the quantum lab, buried deep beneath the surface, they worked feverishly. Liam sketched blueprints on a digital pad, a ring of supercooled emitters around the colony's perimeter, powered by the main reactor. Exotic matter, harvested from black hole simulations, would fuel the chronal warp. Elena coordinated from the hub, rerouting power grids and simulating outcomes on the AI supercomputer. As hours dwindled to 6, the first tremors hit. Scout drones reported the leading asteroids fragmenting, creating a shotgun blast of doom. Panic rippled through the comms, families barricaded in bunkers, lovers exchanging final words. Emitter Array Online, reported technician Sarah Ruiz, her voice crackling over the line. Sarah, a wiry engineer with tattoos of circuit boards on her arms, had lost her husband in a prior accident. She worked with grim determination. Liam wiped sweat from his brow. Calibrating the field. We need precise resonance. Any mismatch, and we phase out of sync with the universe. Elena's heart pounded. She thought of her daughter, Sophia, back on Earth, 18 now, probably staring at the stars, wondering if her mother still lived. The entanglement comm had sent a final message. We fight to the end. With 4 hours left, they activated the prototype in a test chamber. A hum built to a roar, and time bent. Inside a sealed pod, a digital clock slowed while the external one raced. Success, but on a small scale. Scaling it up was the gamble. The entire colony, 50 square kilometers, would be enveloped. Power draw would be immense, blackouts inevitable. And the side effects? Unknown. Temporal echoes, hallucinations, perhaps even glimpses of alternate timelines. Arya addressed the colony via broadcast. People of Elysium, we're attempting the impossible. Stay in your quarters. Pray if you believe. We're bending time to save our future. As the countdown hit 2 hours, the array powered up. The ground vibrated, lights flickered. Outside the dome, the sky darkened with approaching shadows. The asteroid vanguard. Engage. Elena commanded. The world shifted. At first it was subtle, a stretching sensation like falling in a dream. Colors blurred, sounds elongated. Elena watched the holographic display. External sensors showed the asteroids hurtling closer, but inside, time compressed. No! External time accelerated. The stars wheeled overhead in fast-forward, the red sun dipping and rising in minutes. But anomalies emerged. Whispers echoed in the halls. Voices from the past. Sophia's laughter. Marcus's fallen comrades. Liam clutched his head. Paradox bleed. The field isn't perfect. In the middle of the crisis, the true test began. The temporal bubble held, but strain mounted. Cracks appeared in the emitters. Exotic matter depleted faster than anticipated. Alarms blared. Field integrity at 60%. Marcus organized repair teams, venturing into the warp zones where time flowed unevenly. One engineer, exposed too long, aged a decade in minutes, gray hair, wrinkled skin. It's working, he gasped, but at what cost? Elena delved deeper into the science. The chronal field wasn't just dilating time, it was folding it. Loops formed, microtemporal eddies where events repeated. In one lab, a coffee mug shattered and reformed endlessly. In another, a technician relived his proposal to his wife, over and over. With the asteroids now visible as streaks of fire in the accelerated sky, the team pushed the limits. Liam proposed a radical adjustment: invert the field to create a time slip, effectively skipping the impact event. It's theoretical, he admitted, but if we phase the colony out of the timeline for a split second, long enough for the swarm to pass, then resync. Elena hesitated. The energy spike could collapse the bubble entirely. We'd be erased. Arya, monitoring from her office, interjected. Do it. Better oblivion than annihilation. As the final hour approached, in external time, mere seconds, the inversion began. The hum escalated to a scream. Reality warped. Walls rippled like water. Shadows danced with impossible geometries. Elena saw visions, alternate selves. In one, the colony thrived without threat. In another, she never left Earth. Focus, she yelled, grounding herself. The slip engaged. For an eternal instant, Elysium Prime ceased to exist in the now. The asteroids pummeled the planet's surface, carving craters miles wide, but the colony was elsewhere elsewhen. Then resync. A jolt, like awakening from cryosleep. Silence. Sensors rebooted. The sky cleared. Debris fields orbited harmlessly. The swarm had passed. Cheers erupted, but tempered. The cost: 47 lives lost to temporal anomalies, phased out, aged to dust, or trapped in loops. The colony's infrastructure was battered, power at 20%. And the field had left scars. Some inhabitants experienced time slips, reliving moments involuntarily. Elena stood on the dome's observation deck, gazing at the scarred landscape. Proxima Centauri rose anew, a symbol of rebirth. "We bent time," she whispered, "but time bends us back." Liam joined her, older now, gray at the temples from exposure. Humanity's first temporal engineers. Earth will want the data. Marcus, ever pragmatic, coordinated repairs. We survived. That's what matters. Governor Voss declared a new era, Elysium Temporal Institute, dedicated to safe chronal research. But warnings were etched in policy, no more bends without safeguards. Months later, in colony time, the entanglement calm buzzed. Earth's response: awe, congratulations, and a fleet en route with supplies. Sophia's voice: "Mom, you did it." Elena smiled, but her eyes held shadows. Bending time saved them, but it unveiled the fragility of existence. In the vast cosmos, humanity was a fleeting spark, now armed with the power to stretch its flame. Yet, in quiet nights, echoes lingered, whispers of what might have been, reminders that some boundaries were meant to break, others to respect.